Speaking of job guys, I understand that our friends at Lucha Underground have been really fucking up bad here lately. MVP does another program here on MLW Radio, and he recently started and finished as an agent for Lucha Underground because he did them a favor. And I got these. Actually, he had some of the Lucha Underground talent on his podcast, and they did an amazing amount of downloads, probably his all-time record show, because there was apparently some interest in these people. And one of the girls revealed something. And folks, I'm not making this up. She said that you will find out on the show that she's 138 years old. And she doesn't look a day over 30 to me. But they fired MVP as an agent. The writers who are running this fucking thing, it's not promoters or wrestlers or bookers that are running this like a real wrestling promotion, but because it's a fucking comedy fiasco and an embarrassment to wrestling, Lucha Underground, they have actually fired MVP for something that's not going to air for a year. It's not going to air till next year, and they expected that this wouldn't get out, that somebody was so fucking stupid that they made one of the girls 138 years old in their science fiction. What is this, Lost in Space during the last season where they had the Great Vegetable Rebellion and the Carrot Monster? This is the third season of Lucha Underground is now the third season of Lost in Space, where even me and Bolin couldn't fucking stomach it. Not only that, but apparently from what I hear, they've built this big monster up. The monster heel they were built up who actually eats people. This is another thing. And people wonder why does Cornette not like this? They got a fucking guy on a wrestling program that actually eats people, and not in a sexual way, but he eats them like for sustenance. And he's their champion, and they build him up, and then they have a girl. What's her name? Sexy Star?
Sexy Star.
The girl beats him for the belt. The girl beats the monster heel at a wrestling match for the belt, and then turns around and loses it the next day to John Morrison on the next taping, and which this won't air for a year, folks. So you don't need to watch it now because you know what happened. But and they wonder why people are fucking scoff laughing. It's not even laughing as in entertainment. It's scoff laughing, which is what they do to Vince Russo's booking when they go, that's a scoff laugh because it's so stupid and unbelievable. And these fucking writers, I think one of them is that fat guy that used to be on WWF TV that was so fucking shameless and wanted to be on TV so bad that he would let people humiliate and embarrass him that he stripped down to fucking Speedos and oiled himself up and became like the fat, oily guy that danced around somewhere, right? What's his name?
Krista Joseph, I believe is his name, and his character's name was the very creative Big Dick Johnson.
Well, there you go. Well, he is a big dick, and he fucking, and so they wrote this fucking bullshit, and then one of the only names that they've got on the roster, he was working as an agent, MVP. They fire him because I would have fired him too if he had said that my writing was that fucking bad. If he'd have told what I actually did, you know the old saying, everything I do gets blamed right on me. If they'd have told that, I would have fired him too, because then the whole world would have known that they're a bunch of fucking psychopathic fucking writers that their heads have gotten so big they think they're more important than the wrestlers, and they're more important than wrestling, they're more important than the show. Now I understand the morale is at all-time low. Fucking people are trying to get out of their contracts because they've got them tied up because the guys were so anxious to get on TV and thought everything was going to be a box of fluffy ducks, that they signed these burdensome and onerous contracts that got them tied up until they want to let them go, sort of like indentured servitude. And now they're putting out this fucking horse shit. And to be honest, in the old days, if somebody had come up to the monster heel and said, okay, tonight you're going to put this girl over, he would have said, no, I'm not, because you're crazy. And then they would have said, well, we got you under contract. And then he would have broke the contract by taking a hold of the writer's fucking hair and smashing his head about 4 or 5 times into the fucking wall. And then they would have let him out of his contract. But the guys, unfortunately, some of them don't have the balls, some of them don't know the difference, and some of them just don't have any place else to go. So they have to put up with this fucking shit. But apparently now people are trying to bail out of Lucha Underground like a sinking ship, which apparently is what it is. And I just like to say hello to all my friends over there. But 138-year-old woman. At least she's not the woman that beat the monster heel. Sexy Star apparently is not 138 years old.
No.
Whoever the fuck she is.
Well, let me ask you this. I mean, put yourself in the space of one of their writers, as inane as that thought may be.
Okay.
They fire MVP for being the agent and having this revealed on his podcast. Do you fire the talent who revealed it?
Well, actually, if I was going to be that stupid enough to construct some fucking inane scenario like that, yeah, I probably would be madder at the talent than the I would be madder at the person who delivered the message than the person who served as the conduit for the message to be delivered. Yes, I would.
All right.
So they don't even know how to do that right. See, the writers are so fucked up in wrestling now, they don't even know how to fire the right people.
Yeah, exactly.
Good God. And what's Ricochet? Everybody's hot over him these days. He's a young budding talent. What do they call him over there?
Prince Puma.
Prince Puma. He's dead. Apparently now they killed him.
Yes, they killed him off, and
not just his talent. Not like they've killed him. They buried him. No, they actually killed him. He's dead. According to the story, according to the show, he is dead. He's graveyard dead. He's pushing up daisies, folks, because they killed people on that program.
And apparently, he's another one of these guys. He's another one of these guys who signed a 7-year contract, although he had an out clause. I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe it was after 3 years, after 3 seasons, he can have an out 6 months after the last episode with him airs.
Well, apparently he's got an out right now because he's fucking dead.
Well, that may not.
How are they going to come back from that?
It's Lucha Underground. They could just write some fantastic scenario where he gets regenerated.
Fuck Jesus Christ. And people are watching this horse shit and they wonder why I think that wrestling fucking sucks in a lot of cases these days, because these goddamn morons that fuck me. Anyway, speaking of morons,